Did you pick an Etsy niche and realize that you are swimming in a sea of products just like yours? Invitations, wall art, print on demand, you name it, there are thousands of sellers. Not only that, but there are thousands of established shops selling high quality products. So how in the heck are you supposed to stand out? How are you supposed to get someone to buy your product over someone else's that is already on good terms with the algorithm and has a plethora of 5-star reviews to back them? Don't panic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set yourself apart in a crowded niche and why being in a saturated niche might actually be to your advantage. And if you are new here, hi, I'm Erica. I started my Etsy shop 7 months ago, so in January of this year, and I sell Canva templates in the party stationery category. So think things like invites, banners, signs, really any kind of printable party decor. So a very saturated niche. However, I have managed to bring in over 1,600 orders and 10K in sales since opening my shop. I create videos here on YouTube documenting my personal journey and also sharing my very realistic, no BS approach at building a successful shop. Now that we've gotten to get to know each other a little bit, let's dive into it. First, let's just get this out of the way. If you are in a saturated niche, that is not automatically a bad thing. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. In fact, it can actually be the opposite. Think about it. If there are tons of sellers, that probably means there are also tons of buyers. People are spending money there. The market has already proven itself. There is demand. The mistake that a lot of sellers make is assuming saturated also means too late. It does not. You just need a way to stand out. Unfortunately, those unicorn, low competition, high demand niches don't really exist anymore. Sure, you can find something with less competition than the bigger ones, but the trade-off to that is that there is usually less demand too. And yes, lower competition could still be a great way to go. But if you want to create products in a saturated market, you are much better off choosing a niche that you actually enjoy creating in. That way, you'll stick with it long-term instead of burning out. So switch your mindset from,
oh, poor me, my niche is so saturated, there's no way I'll be able to stand out, no one's gonna want to buy from me, I should just quit now,
to how do I stand out? Okay, now that we've got your mindset in the right place, let's talk about your product strategy. I like to think that there's 2 different directions you can go when creating a new product within your niche. You can go after popular, more high demand products, or you can go after the more specific niched down ones. For example, a football birthday invitation would be a very popular search on Etsy, whereas a hedgehog first birthday invitation probably isn't going to be. Okay, so let's go over the advantages and disadvantages of both. Popular products are harder to rank or to get your product to show up early on like the first or second page because there's so much competition and there's already so many best sellers out there. But if yours does take off, it can absolutely explode because there are so many more buyers looking for them. Because of that, more popular products or designs have a higher ceiling or earning potential, but there's also a chance the product could flop because there's already so much competition out there. And we'll talk about how to compete with them a little bit later in the video. Whereas smaller, more niched down specific items like the hedgehog first birthday invitation is easier to get found because there's less competitors out there, but there are less people searching for it. And because of that, there is a lower earning potential long-term. Think of it like this. So when you are first starting out, those more niche specific products can help get you your first sales because a shopper will see your product and think, wow, this is exactly what I was looking for. Like I guarantee you there is someone out there that has a hedgehog as a family pet and their almost 1-year-old is obsessed with it. So they want to do a hedgehog first birthday party. So when they find your product that is exactly what they want and there aren't really any others like it, they will be quick to buy it. And that sale builds your shop's reputation because when those first sales start rolling in, it signals to Etsy that your shop is legit. You are here to play. And Etsy feels more confident about pushing more of your products out to a wider audience. But don't avoid the bigger, more popular items, even though they may take longer to gain momentum, or honestly, they might not at all, but it still gives your shop that opportunity for that higher ceiling potential. I'll give you a personal example. Early on in my shop, I saw a gap in the market. It was a party theme that I knew wasn't popular, but I knew that some people would want it. And I found only one other product like it. So I created it, and to this day, it sells consistently. But it's not viral by any means because not a lot of people are searching for it. But I do make consistently a few sales a week from it. On the other hand, I created another product down the line that was in a very popular saturated category, and that one took off. It is my best selling product by far. I make several sales a day from it. That's That's why you shouldn't shy away from creating popular products. Yes, there's more competition. Yes, it's harder for them to hit. But if they do hit, there are way more buyers waiting for them. So my advice is to do a mix of both. Create more niched down specific designs so that you can build sales quicker, but mix in some more higher demand designs so you give yourself that opportunity to have a product take off. Okay, let's talk about trends. Trends are the #1 way to get an edge. And I know you might be thinking,
I don't just want to follow the trends. I want to be original.
well, I have one thing to tell you, my friend. We live in a trend-based society, and if you want to make money from your Etsy shop, you gotta play into it. The beautiful thing about trends is that they constantly refresh the playing field. That means there is always room for anyone, even brand new sellers, to come in and be early to the party. And staying ahead of trends is way easier than you think. You don't need expensive research tools or any type of fancy analytics. You just have to look around. Go to Target or Home Goods or TJ Maxx and look at what's showing up across multiple products. If you see the same color scheme or design or font across mugs or t-shirts or notebooks, that's probably going to carry over into other products too, both digital and physical. Okay, and then you've got social media. Social media is basically a free trend report. Scroll Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram. I know you're already doing it, but now do it with the intention of building your business. And pay attention to the aesthetics and themes that keep popping up. And you can find trends right on Etsy too. And you might be thinking, well, if it's already on Etsy, then I'm too late to get ahead of the trend, right? Wrong. You can take a design or theme from one product type and apply it to another one where it doesn't exist yet. For example, if you see a birthday invitation that is doing well, try to take the design elements from that to another party type like baby showers. You're not always going to be the first person to jump on a trend altogether, but you can be the first person to bring it to a new product or category. The last thing I'll say about this is to start training your eye for design. Take pictures when you notice patterns or styles in the wild. Build your own little trend library in your phone, on your notes app, and your photos for inspiration. You don't need to be a graphic designer to create great products, but you do need to continue leveling up your eye for design. If you can learn to notice what's up and coming and get products listed before everyone else, you don't have to fight as hard to stand out in a crowded niche. Okay, so let's get into the how. You might be thinking like, okay, Erica, I get it. Like, this is what I need to do, but like, how do I do it? I'm gonna tell you. Here is what I call the 3 big differentiators. First, you got your target audience. Let's take wall art for an example. Don't just make wall art for anyone. Pick a person or audience. Make wall art for a baby boys nursery or golden retriever lovers. And I'm not saying that all of your wall art needs to be to one specific person or audience. What I'm saying is that when you go to create a new product, have a clear vision in mind of who you are making it for. The more you tailor your designs for a specific person, the easier it is for that person to feel like it was made for them. Okay, the second differentiator is going to be extras or personalization. You want to give people options and also increase their perceived value of the product. Offer different color types or bonus items or a mobile invitation to go with the printable one. Or you can offer something in multiple sizes. Shoppers love when they feel like they are getting something extra or special. And it can be the deciding factor when they are comparing your products to another one. If they like 2 products the same, they're probably going to go with the one that they feel like comes with more. Okay, the third one is experience. So think about how your shop feels. Your branding, your photos, your mock-ups, your instructions. Now, I'm not saying to spend hours creating the perfect logo or color scheme, but people are more likely to buy from a shop that feels professional and easy to navigate. And I'm not saying that you need to build up a bunch of reviews because you can't really do that if you don't have any sales yet. But what you can do is create very realistic looking mock-ups, have clear instructions, create easy to navigate sections within your shop, have a professional looking profile with a correctly sized banner and filled out about section. Show your customer that you are here to run a business and they will get the products and service that they want. Now let's talk about what not to do. Let's go over the common mistakes to avoid. And really, I'm just gonna narrow it down to 2 big ones. First and foremost, and I will shout this from the mountaintops in every video that I create, and that is, do Do not copy other people's products without putting your own twist on it. If you're just copying bestsellers, you're not going to stand out. You're just going to blend in. And Etsy is not going to push out your product if there is already a product out there that is just like it, that is already consistently selling. Why would they do that? Etsy wants to make money. So they're not going to test out a new product from a new seller that is the same product that already sells from an experienced shop. And I'm not talking about just changing a font or a color. Really make it your own. Really make it your own. That was my attempt at an Italian accent. You can do something where you use the tactic like I was talking about earlier, where you take the design or elements from one theme and you apply that concept to another. I know there are tons of videos out there that are like,
this product makes 10K a month, just copy it.
I know that sounds real nice, but I will tell you right now that does not work. All right, moving on. Don't just list 50 random products and hope that one of them works. Yes, I think that listing quantity is important and you should be listing often, daily if you can, but do not list to just list. We're not just like checking the boxes here, okay? Have intention. Don't just go into it trying to see what sticks, because that is not a business strategy. Do your research. Don't just create products that you want to create products that people are buying. You can use research tools like eRank or Everbee if you want, but honestly, you can also just use Etsy itself. And you can look for new trends popping up like we talked about earlier. Just don't create on a whim. You need quality and quantity. So all of that to say, yes, a lot of Etsy niches can be very saturated, but it is not a reason to give up or change course. It is actually proof that there is money to be made. So focus on balancing popular and more niche products, keeping an eye out for trends, and lean into differentiators like target audience, adding value, and creating a great customer experience. If you found this video helpful, make sure to check out my Etsy playlist where I put all of my tips and strategies together in one place for you. I create new videos weekly, so make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss them. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!